the most motivating thing of all for us. And this may not mean anything to you. This may be like a big so what to you, but this is so huge to us. You see, as I've evaluated, we've been in group a long time now. As I've evaluated our history, I'm convinced of this, for me and for you, if you're in group life. I believe that being in a community group that's committed to meet for a year to 18 months and dividing, a year and 18 months and dividing, I'm convinced that if we stay in community group and keep leading groups, that group gives Sandra and I more potential to impact more people directly and indirectly than anything else we can do together or alone, including my preaching on Sunday mornings. I believe that together, by being involved in groups, Sandra and I have the potential to impact more people directly and indirectly in their relationship with Christ than anything else we could do together or that I could do by myself. Let me explain it to you this way. Let me ask you some questions. The first one you do know the answer to. How many of you plan to be alive 9 years from now? You think you make it another 9 years? Yeah, this guy over here asked his wife. She said it was okay to raise his hand. Just kidding. Okay, now here's the question you don't have an answer to. Okay, everybody's basically thinking, okay, I got another good 9 years in me. Here's the next two questions. First question is this. How many people do you plan to influence for Christ directly or indirectly in the next 9 years? How many people? You go, I don't know. I never thought about it. Okay, here's the next question you probably don't have an answer to. What's your plan for impacting people in their relationship with God, their relationship with Christ over the next 9 years? What's your plan? Well, like if somebody comes up and says, how can I become a Christian? I would tell them, well, that's a plan, okay. I don't know, honk my horn going out of the neighborhood on Sunday morning, we're going to church. I don't have a plan, that's a silly question. Those are preacher questions. Leave me alone. I don't have any numbers. I don't have a plan. I'm just going to live my life and be a good example, How about I'll put a fish on the back, I don't have a plan, okay. I understand that. So let me share something with you, okay? Until you come up with a plan, or until you come up with a better plan, would you just consider this plan? This plan is simple. You don't have to sing, dance, learn to play the guitar, speak in public, juggle. You don't have to learn anything new. Listen to this. Did you know that if you will simply get in a community group and allow God to do what he wants to do in you and through you, and then at the end of a year or 18 months, start a new group, and do that for another year, 18 months, and start a new group. Did you know in 9 years you would have impacted directly or indirectly over 640 people? Now, if you got a better 9-year plan, run your plan, share it with me. We'll, spend a weekend talking about it. But until you come up with a plan, why not do that? That simply by just by participating in the system, you would have been a part of, by being in a group and just doing this for the next 9 years, you're going to do something, right? You would have been a part, and you say, these aren't just fictitious numbers to me because I've been doing this for over 9 years. And as Sandra and I look at the leaders in groups and the hundreds of people that are in groups as a result of our first group, this is a reality. Now, let me tell you something that will really blow your mind. If we could ever get our arms around this, we could make history together. You ready for this? Because of the number of people in our organization and all of our campuses that are already in small groups, just the adults, not children, not college students, not high school students. If you just took the number of adults we currently have in small groups, if over the next 9 years we just continued to do group the way I've explained it, at the end of 9 years we would have over 500,000 people in groups.